All of our customers are going to be pleased with their outcome, because if they're not, we will go above and beyond to bring them back and make sure that they are happy. I'm Rob Wheely, and I'm the CEO of Alloy. You.
Welcome to Darlington Raceway here today for the FastTrack Cup Series. Here tonight, going to pull up some race info for you all. Darlington Spring at 200, presented by Alloy Wheel Repair Specialist. 147 laps, 100% fuel, no fast repairs. Wait, no, one fast repair, I believe, and open setups. I like Darlington a lot. This is probably, if I had to go, or had to say, my favorite track on the schedule. I've just really liked it. I love how this track is. So hopefully we see some good racing here tonight. They do have a lot of fresh paints, so when they all get on the grid, I will pull, or when they all get on there, I'll give them all a paint refresh, because I don't want to have it show that and then I may have to refresh it again. But starting grid is going to be Michael Mueller first, second Jared Bundy, third Austin Fitzgerald, fourth Tyler Marble, fifth. Can I see that name right there? GT Hawkins, sixth Jeff Shutt, seventh Jeff Marble, eighth Tracy Powers, ninth Wes Hurd Jr., 10th Danny Gutierrez, 11th Quentin Clark, 12th Ryan Haynes, 13th Bill Benedict, 14th Greg Barlett, 15th Scott Glazo, 16th Sean Kallenbach, 17th Ryan Sharrow, 18th Jacob Mosso, 19th is going to be Alan Pajari, 20th Rachel Hunt, 21st Johnny Mischak, I don't know how to say that last name, 22nd Thomas O'Hara, 23rd Roger Shelton, 24th Kenneth Bartholomew, 25th Kyle Oakley, 26th Brian Conklin, 27th Brent Spade, 28th Ty, I was about to say Ty, I don't want to butcher his last name, 29th Andrew Russo, 30th Jeffrey Souza, 31st Glenn Grigsby, 32nd Mark Zavik, 33rd Anthony Hanley, 34th Matthew Garinger, 35th Cody Matthews, 36 is Christopher Hall, and I need to also let their numbers be changed on that, but I'm going to go up there to the grid now. Using Austin's file still, I think he runs a higher resolution monitor because some of the logos that he has are a lot bigger. Nobody started their car. I was going to say it's very quiet on the track. It may also just be a very quiet track in general, so I will go ahead and boost this up a little bit louder than what it should be. did get some race info. Austin sent me this from some other driver. Johnny said, so 60 to 75 laps, and go 70 laps, 75 if you save maybe. Last week, Knox had all three of us in the top 10. Shuts race to win, and the yellow killed him. And his throwback is to his dad's late model car. So I will actually save that image, and we'll pull that up a little bit later in the race. But they are all here now, I believe. So give them all a paint refresh. This is probably my favorite track. Got to get up pretty high against the wall. You, however, do not want to get up too high. Kind of see where it's a little bit brownish towards the wall. I found that's where the marbles are, and if you get up in that, then you're that car's not going to turn. So you kind of want to stay a little bit off of it, not too terribly off, but you're definitely going to be running that wall higher than what you normally would at pretty much any other track. This is a very, very quiet track right now. I'll throw back to Ryan Newman. Not sure who the 99's throwing it back to, and they have the 48 of Tyler Marble. That's to Dale Earnhardt Jr. The pace car pulls off here 147 laps. As the starter will have the flag in his hand, and the green flag is in the air. We are underway here from Darlington. See, somebody's already right up against it. Who was that? Somebody was way up in that wall. It's a 25. Powers got really high in 3 and 4. And 1 and 2, you want to kind of interload, kind of sweep up to the wall. Kind of actually kind of gas up in the middle of the corner now with the open setups. I don't run any more open stuff. But you can probably change the, or they change the gearing. Guarantee you, they're probably, it depends. You could run pit if your gearing's set up that way. That'd be a little bit of a reach though. And this is the throwback to Richard Petty right here. I believe that's Gutierrez. Yes, it is Gutierrez. Running a throwback to him. I'm just going to keep this boosted because this is a oddly quiet track. I'll just keep that going up a little bit higher than what it should be. Bundy, however, once you get out ahead, you kind of can somewhat lay back. Not really fully. Your mole culture. Wait. Okay, I'll see how to say that in a minute. I'm horrible with last names. I'm absolutely horrible with it. But actually, we're going to do this now. I just realized this. So I'm going to put you... We have driver cams. And who has a good view of it? This is a good view. I'm not sure who this is. But I want you to look at his hands when he goes in the corner, how much he is moving. Make him a little bit wider. Look at... There's so many little corrections in this wheel. Watch him go into turn 1 and 2 here. Dude, that car he's never not moving that wheel because he's trying to get up right next to the wall. And he's trying to turn down and get off through exit. I'm not sure who that is. I think that's not Austin. Who is this? I don't know all the drivers in this league because, again, Austin normally does this league, but you can see we got really 5 cameras. Somebody has a camera that's not working at all. The pretty steady wheel from this driver here. It looks like he's not moving around too much. A pretty good view also. Look at that. Now that is a loose, either he is loose in the corner I'm not sure who this is, but whoever this driver is absolutely just loose. That's why he's having to correct so much. We got somebody who just smacked the wall back there. I just saw a lot of cars change position. Would have been around Bartholomew, I think. A lot of guys jump around him. Where's Johnny at? Look. Gotta find a 72 car here in a minute. Oh, 7's 35's looking to his inside. 35, I know it. That was an actual paint scheme. That is a slide job and a half, a spade. He just sent that in there and let the car basically just scrub up to the wall. I think O'Hara's might be struggling a little bit where he's just taking it super easy. Fall off will maybe be around lap 15, especially if you burn him off super early. Tyler has lost no positions. He's actually stayed where he started. Got the 3. No, it's not 3. I thought that was Dale Earnhardt Jr. Or Dale Earnhardt Sr. His real name was Dale Earnhardt. People just added the senior to it. That is, who is this? Not the 3. No, it is. No, it's not. Somebody's got the wrong number on that car. Who is this? They're in front of Shut. That's Wes Hurd is who it is. It's Dale Earnhardt paint scheme. There it is. There's Johnny running that paint scheme that is based off his dad's, what he told Austin, and Austin told me that. But Jared, he has gotten out to kind of a second lead. It's not really grown. It's pretty much stayed from that point. He's not really been able to stretch it out. Axel Mueller got a pretty good run. He might be saving a little bit. Let's go cockpit. Let's see how aggressive he is off the corner here. Does he push the issue? Yeah, that's what I thought. So he's letting it hang into 4th. Mueller doesn't look like he's being very abusive on those tires. He's a little bit loose right there. That's going to give Hawkins a little bit of a run on him. He's not close enough to really do much. You don't want to go side by side into the corner. I do, because a lot of people that'll just give up the spot, but it's very iffy when you race side by side going into the corners. Brent Spade. Back here, this is pretty much. I need to hit that. He's not really stretching that much out. I thought he would. Ooh, I thought that was going to be in the wall, Oakley, but Oakley luckily keeps it off. I really thought he was going to turn into it. Bill, see if he gives it that position. Now, you'll see this a lot too. People will give up the position. You can defend if you're on the outside. If you're on the inside, it's actually really, really hard to get around a car. Marbles, maybe a little bit of a longer run. You're going to start seeing these cars handle terribly, though, in a minute. And they're going to be basically loose, sliding everywhere. Won't have any grip. Guys will be begging for tires almost in a certain sense, because they will just be absolutely horrible. Haven't saw any rear ends dance out quite just yet. Most of them seem to be actually surprisingly in the track. That's going to be a tight exit here for the 64 he got. Yeah, right there. It's next to the wall. So, see, we'll get on. We'll go with Wes, and on the next lap, we're going to go on board with him. And I want you to see what he does in the middle of 1 and 2. This is what you have to do. Somebody's wall riding. I think that was Austin there. Just got into it a little bit. Austin Fitzgerald just nicked it. I want you to see what he does in 1 and 2, because you have to do this with these cars. Because if you don't, you're just going to go into the wall here. So let's go cockpit here, because you can't see his. Well, you can see the gyro here. No, you can't see it. All right, watch his wheel. Listen to his throttle. You hear how he bailed out there completely. That's to get that car to rotate. If you try to stay in the throttle the whole entire time, it's just not going to turn. You have to let the front end kind of catch up with everything else, and once it sits down, you can get a really good shot off the corner. It kind of just straightens the exit for you. Gutierrez, I don't know if he's holding up these guys or if they just got around a slow car, but everybody's pretty jumbled up around him. Fastest lap has been, you got 30, 27, 28. It was a 30-27, and that was set by Jared. No. Actually, I was looking at completely wrong ones. 29, 82. We have 87. Sean at a 29.77. That is the fastest lap of the race of anybody right now. So he had a really good lap. Probably was early on in the run. You're not going to get this late in the run when you can start running like that. It will be absolutely horrible. I'm going to give him one more paint refresh too, just to make sure, because I know Trading Paints doesn't like to refresh cars sometimes. So I'm just going to make completely sure, because we may see some different paint schemes. Load in here, that's how you use the wall to turn. That was John. Oh, he's high on exit. Oh, yeah, you can see that right there. He was high on exit, and that kind of ruined the whole corner for him. Tyler may have just gotten the wall there a little bit. So Mueller lost one. He actually started on the inside. He didn't get a good restart. You kind of want to start outside just so you can have that outside line. If you start inside, you want to clear him before you get into the corner. It goes with anybody. Biggest mover is... got a tie for it. Jacob and Sean both up 5 positions. The biggest loser right now is Ryan Sharrow. He is down 11 positions, so he's not had a good start to the race for him. That might be just slipped up somewhere, got stuck behind, and that's how you go down into the wall. That 35 has destroyed the wall. Brett has knocked it down almost, way off pace too. He may have just gotten loose off of 4. I saw him shoot down to the bottom, but I didn't see, like... know what happened to him there. That's odd. I don't know. Maybe something was happening to his rig, or his children maybe reach and grab his stuff. But that's weird. He just basically pulled off. Just slowed way down. Oh my gosh, Wes. I saw that coming off the corner, 3 and 4. That car's not going to be happy getting in here either. That rear end's going to be hard to get in, and he's in the wall there. That rear end is not going to want to sit down because of that. Yeah, they're getting loose now. That car's going to be hard to handle. He's got to run the bottom and slide up to the wall. We can do this. That burns up the right front too. That helps it get tight. Say that was going to be hard for him, but Jared, he's going to continue to lead here. Almost a 1.5 seconds lead right now. He's pretty close up against the wall, and that's what where you want to be. Up against the wall is where you're going to be the fastest of them all. I still feel like I need to boost this a lot, because this is just it's not a very loud track, and I thought it would be a very sensitive hearing, so I also keep my stuff a little bit lower than other people's. See, somebody's just got some connection issues there. That's why that camera switched out of nowhere. We got Clark and Mosso going at it. I think Mosso's trying to get around Clark. He's having a little bit of a difficult time. So maybe pull the Reddick move here, put somebody in the wall, pop his tire. So they're going to give each other a lot of room. Clark looks like he gave it to him. He didn't really try to do much. I think Columbine got in the wall off through there before, slowed him down the whole front stretch. I don't know, somebody was loose here. They're darting around each other. This is Fitzgerald. He's trying to defend against Hawkins. He might know he's not going to. He's going to race him here. It's so hard to get a pass on the bottom. Really, it's the exit that kills you more than anything else. You can get through the center decently, but it's just the exit. You don't have the real estate that you want, and the car just gets super, super tight on it. So he's got to really time his run, if he can even get one, and be absolutely perfect with it and get Fitzgerald in the spot that he can't defend against it at all. Bundy may have been in the wall there just a little bit. Mueller still going. Cockpit here with, let's do 3 drivers. I'm just going to do 3 drivers for a lap. See her loose back there. That Lego car of Benedict, we'll actually do him for a lap, and we'll just do 2 other drivers because he almost had that thing spin out on exit. That is not what you want to see for somebody who's driving a car that's basically sideways off the corner. See there, on board with 3 drivers. Probably have these cars are starting to drive horrible now because they're getting tight in the middle. They can't get the exit off that they need, and it's just being an absolute pain to them right now at the moment. They've slowed down about a second and a half from the start of the race, and that right there was a tight exit for Russo, yeah, he's going to lose a spot to Geringer. Chero's continued to backside. He is now back 15 positions. The car is just not handling the way that he wants it to. Bundy's slowly stretched out the gap that Mueller has, or that he has on Mueller. It's not gotten big, it's not gotten small either. And actually just stayed. It's actually shrinked about 7/100ths of a lap as Oakley's on the wall off of 3 and 4 there. Danny Gutierrez, he's got a little bit loose on exit, but I don't think Scott's going to try, and I think really that's giving him the spot there. He didn't put up too much of a fight against that. I think he realized, hey, it's no use fighting right now, especially when you have almost 100 laps left in the race. This is a race of attrition. It's just people who it wears you out because you have to change your line basically every single time you go in there because the tires, they just don't handle the same as they did before. It just becomes a pain. Looking at Thomas right now. as first pit stop, maybe from Sean going down pit road, possibly. 37 laps in, 147. And looks like he will be down pit road. Have to see if this brings anybody else. This may bring somebody. We'll just have to find out. And keep an eye on the timing to see if anybody else's name goes gray. Maybe short pitting here. I don't know what his strategy is. There is no stages in this league. Austin reminded me of that. Yes, no stages. I had to remember that. So that's, if he splits it up, he went, what, 37 laps on fuel? Sharrow's in. John's off and away. So maybe this is the time for pit stop. Somebody spun off the exit of 2. Yeah, Cody Matthews. I was going to say, I see smoke somewhere. He just got tight. I was going to get ran over here. Yep, ran over by Sharrow's. Nothing. Oh, yeah. That's why Sharrow's down pit road. That's to go on board with Matthews. I was going to say, I saw smoke somewhere. I didn't get the notification for it. We'll go cockpit. I guarantee you he gets tight here, middle of the turn. Yeah, he is. Gosh, he is tight. Yeah, and Sharrow just, he doesn't have really anywhere to go on that move right there, so he just runs right into the back of him. Not intentional there at all. Bundy's losing some time here. I don't think he's had to get around any lap traffic. I think he's just, let's see what he is actually. I'm gonna go. What is his car handling like? Is he tight? No, he's running into lap traffic. This would be aero effects on him. He's lost. He had about a 1.5 lead. Now it's down to 0.8. Let's see where he loses it. He's keeping it middle of the corner. Is it? It might be middle of 1 and 2 where he's losing a lot, because right there I saw him gain a lot of time. See here, some of them are going to give way. It's going to be pretty hard to get around them though, because they're still fighting to stay on the lead lap. Especially if the caution comes out, that could save them. How hard are they going to be? 38 looks like he's just going to give way. He doesn't really fight them there at all. So, yeah, he's losing time here. It must be his tires are starting to wear out, or his I don't know what's happening. Yeah, this is not within. This is a little bit early for this to fall off to happen. He could have ran it super hard. It's 50 to 75 laps, so I mean, you could restop this race. I mean, that's kind of pushing it, though. I would say that's a little bit further. I mean, you're going to be gambling that your tires pay off in time. To stop it, you're going to be asking a lot from them. I mean, with them slowing down as much as they have, with the 35 going down pit road, Brett Spade comes down. O'Hara's, ooh, that's a block being thrown there by the 73. Bartholomew. O'Hara was thinking inside, and Bartholomew just said, "Nah, I'm just going to cut you off. Don't have you think about it anymore." It's because he was definitely looking. Got a really good bite. That might be the run that he needs. Yeah, he got a really good bite on that corner. 3 wide, maybe. Nope, never mind. Bartholomew realizes there. I don't have a chance at defending that. I think, yeah, I heard somebody get in the wall. I believe that was Tyler who got in the wall a little bit. He was really slow going down into the corners, and he's going to be loose. So that car is loose on him. He is not going to have a fun time with it. He's trying to block Clark. Clark's just going to go to the inside of him, see how hard Marble can fight here. He can't get crossover move, possibly. No, he's not going to put the power down. Oh, he's trying. Oh, that car is loose, and we see Shutt shoot down to the bottom. Yes, these cars, this is where they start handling terribly. If I can think of, they're handling great here. I don't remember who said that, though. I know it was during a broadcast years ago. Oh, they're driving terrible. Nah, they're driving great right now. Is what these cars are. Tires are wore out. Fronts, if you've driven it hard, the front's probably gone. If you've been smashing gas on exit, your rears are gone. Bundy's gotten a little bit of a bigger gap. He's gotten past these lap cars a little bit better now. Yeah, Tyler is loose, and that thing is stepping out on him. I don't know if he's just driven it so hard that it's just gone, but I can see it. I can see it in the middle of the turn. The rear's kicking out. This time by. He doesn't do it that time. It may just be 1 and 2, but I mean that car is not sitting down at all. Look at that. So wow, he's like tight loose. This is, yeah, I'll say that is, so what he's having to deal with is one of the worst things. You're tight loose is, you're so tight, you're trying to put so much wheel into it, and then when it starts to turn, the rear just catches up with it way too fast, and it basically wants to send you in the wall, and that's one of the most annoying things to deal with. He's in the wall there as he puts himself in it. That car is handling bad now for him. He was, I believe, up to 3rd, and he's back to 14th right now. The car is absolutely junk for him. He's got to find I don't know. I mean, when it's handling like this, it's somebody, good Lord. Hunt just smacked him. That wasn't Hunt. That was Bartlett. Bartlett. He just bounced off the wall. Yeah, there he goes down pit road. He probably was, man. This car is handling absolutely horrible. And it was. And that thing looked like a handful for him. Fitzgerald has caught Mueller. Mueller might have driven a little bit hard trying to get around some of these lap cars. We're really trying to catch up to Bundy. But he's now fallen into the clutches of them. '61 of Rachel Hunt's going to be down. Tyler is, yeah, he's getting down pit road. He's off the way. Oakley was down pit road too. Garrow's out. Some of these other guys are out. You're going to see these two start racing here in a minute. So he's laying off getting in the corner, so he's been saving that right front. He can probably abuse it now. He lifted way earlier than what I would have lifted. Yeah, that feels like an early lift that he's doing. So he's saved it right front. Now he's able to use it a little bit more now. But this car might be set up to where it doesn't like to turn on the brake either. He's just using the car to turn itself. See if he's diving in the corner. No, he's just going to get a really good roll on the outside. Look at the gap they have, though. Oh, my gosh. Something is happening around these people. Pit stops are happening, and they're all trying to, lap cars are, they're all coming to pit road, so everybody's, like, meshing with other guys that are different speeds. Haynes is down pit road. Scott's down pit road. This is Johnny back here. This is Welch position. Still trying to get around Gutierrez. There's a huge gap from 5th to 6th, though. I mean, a huge one. Again, the top 20 still haven't pitted yet. Bartlett, Haynes, Glazo are all down pit road currently. But Bundy's now able to stretch that lead out a little bit further. Hawkins kind of in that mix, not drastically up there. He can see Fitzgerald and Mueller and his out the front of his car, so he's not done a bad job trying to catch them at the moment. They can finally get around Danny. I think he's been holding them up. He's not been doing it on purpose. He's just been staying high line. But you just can't get around him. Yeah, they're not able to do it there. Ooh, gets in there deep. Maybe pushes him up the track a little bit. Johnny get a good exit, though. It's the issue. He's going to clear Danny, and he's going to be tight on exit. Gets in the wall. And go down there and kind of block Danny. Realizes he's not going to be able to fully complete the block. But I think he's finally gotten around Danny. He's actually gained 11 spots, too. So he's done a really good job of getting that car up there. He has some right front damage. Darlington stripe kind of esque as Jeffrey Souza's down pit road. This is a big group of cars. I have to think Danny was kind of the one that's holding them up. Somebody is loose. No, they're not. I just gotta think that Danny was doing something. Probably just staying in the high line. That's all. I mean, it's really all you have to do, kind of, is just stay high line. And I think John is on a 3 pit stop strategy. He's gonna pit one more time. Probably a lap like 100, I can guess, maybe. No, he pitted on lap 36. He could go to lap 100 and then do his final pit stop. Mueller and Hawkins are down pit road for their first ones on the race. Clark gonna follow them down there also. Bundy's has yet to come in. Fitzgerald is catching him though, and I think Bundy's getting way down below because getting to pit road here is actually extremely difficult. It is not easy to do. Yeah, Bundy's gonna come in. He sees that everybody else is pitting. Gonna bring Marble with them, Jeff Marble that is, with him down pit road. Jacob Masso's gonna come also. Mueller and Hawkins. I forget how long pit road is on this track. This is a huge pit road. It gives the lead to Fitzgerald. See Fitzgerald, how long he wants to stay out here. If he does stay out. He's evidently going to stay out. I don't know why I said that. Got a 10-second lead over Hurd, so he can... It just depends on how much of an advantage do you want. Like, do you want a huge advantage, or do you really want to just pit earlier, get the pit done, and then be able to catch him? Because the more you stay out, I mean, you're losing 2 seconds right now of time. Pretty much 2 seconds. 1 and 8/10. But it's close enough to 2. I mean, it's going to be hurting you staying out here. Top 12 still haven't pitted yet. Here goes Shutt and this was again Wes Hurd down pit road. Did Wes just hit the pit wall? No, he missed it. I thought he hit the wall there for a minute going down pit road. You see, look at the speed difference, just especially mid-corner. I mean, you can see how much of a difference that is. I mean, he just flat out just powers straight on by him. Not even a, like, challenge to be posting that. He's just got so much more grip. How is Fitzgerald's car handling right now? That corner he's tight because I can hear his throttle. He's pedaling it. I think 1 and 2 he's tight on the exit, listening to it. Yeah, look, I don't know. I think he just missed the corner that last lap. Seems pretty decent for especially as long as the run as he's in. That car's actually turning decently well. So Andrew Russo's crashed in lap 56. I don't know. He actually crashed, though, if it just said that he's getting off the track. Oh, he's trying to get down at pit road. Oh, I'm surprised that did not bring out a caution. See, this is a car that hasn't hit either. Kenneth Bartholomew So the top 9 have yet to pit still. So they're probably trying to split this race in half. Go just straight down the middle, and I mean, it could have worked, but I think we got some 3-stop strategies here. Or, no, sorry, 2-stop. Gonna pit once and pit again, probably a lap 100. And go to the end as that's... Or that's not Pajari, who was that? Yeah, that is Pajari who bounces off the wall. A lap down. I think that car's too hurt from it. He was already pretty close up to it. So Hawkins just ran a 29.65 that lap. So he just ran the fastest lap of the race. Put some more cameras here. I believe this is Jeff Marble. He kind of has the Downhart Jr. grip. Don't know what I'm talking about if you watch him run like Homestead and the Xfinities. And I think even at Bristol too, his grip was in the corners. He would actually move his hands like this, just like that, and help the car turn, I think. I don't know whose camera this is, but they don't have anything popping up. See another driver. You see that wheel when he goes into the corner, especially, and that's in the wall. There they go. That is the 64 front end gone, and I was looking at the camera. What in the world just happened there? That 64's front end is just gone. I was looking at that guy's steering wheel. What happened to it? So this is Grigsby. Grigsby gets hit. He goes into Pajari. Oh gosh, he almost goes into Pajari. He corrects so he doesn't destroy him, and then it's just, yeah, that's Hawkins just got into him. I just ripped the front end of that car straight off. Wow. That had to have hurt that toe link too, because that was a pretty hard hit. I have a feeling this might be Tyler Marble. Just a feeling it might be him. See here. Let's shut. He has his timing up there too, so you can see where everybody else is. Still, that's the Dale Earnhardt grip. Oh, we got the 88 that goes around. And that's going to bring out a caution here. Andrew Russo is looking at... When I'm looking at the camera, it's when everything seems to happen. He almost gets another driver with it. Gets in the corner, has to slope in the middle, and he just gets ran over by Spade. Spade has really nowhere to go, and then up into the path of 31. However, I don't think the 31 really got into him that hard. That was kind of like a, hey, you're just going to spin here. They both lock it down, so nobody gets hit or really involved in anything. However, there were 6 people who didn't pit, so there's going to be a lot of cars that are getting the wave around. And you can maybe go, it's going off of what Johnny told Austin, you can go 75 laps, so this can maybe get them to the end. These guys can't get another pit stop in because they were getting the wave around. That really hurts them pretty badly. Definitely what Austin wanted to see once that caution came out. Probably a sigh of relief knowing that he finally can go down pit road. His car wasn't handling bad at all, surprisingly. So, I think he did a good job. This is so loose. Kind of just, it's luck every now and then, and luck was definitely on his side there. That'll put Marble to the lead, but he hasn't pitted since lap 49. Ty has yet to pit. I think that's wrong. Yeah, he definitely came down pit road with Austin, unless he missed his pit box. That's a possibility. I've saw people do that before. Sean's coming back down pit road. But now that these guys are under caution here, we will go to a commercial break.
At Capital Subaru, we value your time, whether you're here for service or working with our amazing sales team. Everything is right here for your convenience. We offer a great selection of Subarus, an industry-leading service center that keeps you moving, and so much more. Like our living green wall, just one of the many features throughout our dealership. Looking for the perfect pet gift? Check out Happy Paws Pet Shop right here in our lobby. Or plan your next adventure in our fireside seating and find your happy place. It's always your time at Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
See guys catching up to they're getting their wave around right now, so you see a lot of guys that'll come basically flying around here, then they'll get lined up again. The lights have gone off on the pace car. Actually, no, lights are still back on. I thought they went off there for a second, so that was my bad. I do not know if... That's such a clickbait thumbnail. Now lights should go off here. Yeah, they've all caught up. So you'll see everybody's lined up on the inside because of that wave around that they received. Caught a lot of guys a lap down. However, their tires are relatively new, but Austin's really the better one off, and Ty also pitted. I still don't know why it wants to say that he didn't pit. He may have came down. His pit, I don't know why it does this. SDK sometimes has some issues, which is not surprising. It's had a lot of issues before. Lights are off in the pace car, so they'll get ready to get the green here. This car pulls in. Starter has the flag in his hand. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway here from Darlington. Look at those cars on the inside line, and they got a stack up here in the back. Somebody did not get going. It's giving Clark some damage on the front end. But Tyler might already lose this lead. The tires are just, I mean, he's got 30 lap older, almost 30 lap older tires. Austin here, he's just not going to be able to defend that hard. He's going to send it in there, but you know, look at Austin just gas it up in the middle of the corner to stay side by side with him. As long as you have that quarter panel, it's one of the most annoying things when you're racing these cars. As long as you have that quarter panel, they cannot clear themselves up in front. Yeah, he's going to slide into second. I would not be surprised if he lost a lot more positions, because it's just, yeah, those tires are just going to be wore out in a minute. Somebody shoot down to the inside. That's Jeff Marble going to the inside. That's a lap car of Hall. Hall was one of the guys that got stuck a lap down. I know he would love a quick caution here. To see the 88 who brought out the caution. They're going to split him 3 wide. He didn't get a good exit off the corner. Hurd got off the wall a little bit too. Somebody got off the wall there too. I think that was Bartholomew. Bounced off of it. You see everybody else going around him. So I think he smacked it and kept going. Pro care collision. Yeah, he probably needs that. How many cars are going to be in the wall here tonight? Some already have some front end damage. It's not too bad on some of them. Bryce Tyler is able to stay as close as he is right now. He could have changed up his driving style, but again, you have 20, not 20 exactly. No, 22 more laps on your tires than everybody else. It's going to hold for a little bit, but once it falls off, I mean, it's going to absolutely just drop off a cliff. Somebody's way down to the inside. That was Hall there. He is not having a good night. And I think this... So when I saw this paint scheme on Reddick's car yesterday, it reminded me of, if you saw an Apple logo, the colors on the bottom is what reminds me of an Apple logo. The late 80s, I think it's when they were created. Late 80s, early 90s. Looks like the Apple colors. I just have to think that's what it is. Shut's going to look to the inside. 35 is a lap down. It's Britt. A little bit cramped around each other here. So Jared, who pitted, actually kind of got out, or he pitted on lap. What did he pit at? 59. He actually got stuck back here in all this other traffic, so he's going to have to try to get his work his way up here as 25 just put himself on the wall. That's, I mean, I guess how you can get some positions. Just wait until they put themselves in it. Now, you do not want to be running right up against the wall. You want to be not even a half lane down. I mean, literally, you have... It's still close to the wall, but you don't want to be running up right against it right now because... Actually, no, you probably could get away with it in this corner. Yeah, I believe you could in this one. 1 and 2, I think, is where it is. We'll go right rear chase, and I'll slow it down. So this is going to be slowed down right here. There, yeah, you can see it right there up against the wall. Look at those marbles. These little black specks you see. Those are all marbles, and once you get in them, that car just does not want to turn. You can see, especially down the back stretch, you see all these little black flakes. You can see it again. We go down the front stretch. Look at all these little black specks against the wall. That's all burnt rubber. All that right there is rubber. And, well, now we're in the wall. But you do not want to be up against that. In racing, we call that the marbles. And once you get in the marbles, it's just your car is not going to turn, or it's going to get super, super, super loose. So you do not want to have to deal with that at all. These guys are all around each other. Tyro's only lost 1 position, but he's going to start losing. Oh, gosh, yeah. Once somebody gets up under him, especially if they get up under him on the outside, that he's going to get just ran by. I wouldn't be surprised yet. I mean, and he's given the outside too. Whoa, that's a deep move in there. The way he's entering 3 and 4, especially where it's so hard to pass on the inside, he's entering 3 and 4 in a certain way that he's leaving the outside open. So if you can just get in there deep, brake for 1 turn, use up your tires. It's gonna heat him up a little bit, but just get in there a little bit deeper, get that car to rotate, and then just stay on his quarter panel. That doesn't get you the spot. He just gets loose on exit again. So that rear end is not in the track at all. I don't think it's been there to begin with. He was sliding the whole night, or earlier in the race too. It was not handling the way that he wanted it to at all. It's like that lap it did, surprisingly. Jeff Marble's trying to move his way up here. Tracy Powers there right now currently. The Bundy, yeah, he's going to move to the inside of Tyler. Tyler's going to defend against this. He's going to be able to defend on exit now. Bundy, never mind. Bundy got a good rotate in the middle. That'll get him a good turn under. He'll be able to easily get by him there. Look, oh my gosh, he just gassed it up. Yeah, he really, this is what I thought. Oh, Lord, the 42 just caught that, and they scatter around him. Roger Shelton, it looks like that car just snapped on him out of nowhere. I don't think he had any, like, warning that it was going to do that. This looks like he got a pretty good rotate, and it just went right around on him. Look at Ty. Ty's made his way up here. You can see what Tyler slowing him down did. They're almost 4 seconds behind. They have lost a lot of time to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald's just been able to probably save his tires right now, not race super hard at the moment at all. Roger was one of those guys that pitted, so he does have fresher tires than some of these guys in front of him. However, bobbling is not going to help it at all. It's not going to help your case. Is that car still loose? Yeah, that car is... I zoned out for a little bit trying to watch his car. It seems like it's just loose. 1 and 2, and he's going to get ran over. Ooh, he almost got ran over there. See in that rear view mirror. I just don't think that rear end of the car has not been in the track the whole entire night. I mean, it has just been the pain for him. But we got a caution out here, as that's the 42 of Roger, who we saw on the wall earlier, comes back down the track. He was in the wall earlier, too. I need to tell it to go to TV3 and not that. In the wall in 3 and 4. In the wall still. That's the second. Oh, he got the 95 there. Innocent bystander. That's the second time he was loose in that same spot. We saw it happen to him earlier. Yeah, it's where he comes off the corner and the car unloads. And 95's innocent bystander. And that probably hurt the 95's front end too. Well, yeah, you're going down pit road this time. You're pitting with everybody else. This will give you the wave around, I think. Some of these guys, I mean, I don't know. You could take the wave around. I don't know. You see them all coming down pit road here. These are wave around cars. So what these guys are doing is they're going to hope that a caution comes out quickly so they can not go a lap down or another lap down. Excuse me there. You can probably hear that in the background. I've got it muted, or I've got like sound gate set on this, but only so much the sound gate can do. I think Austin should win this race off pit road. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he'll get it. He's going to win that race. So this is going to put everybody else back on even ground pretty much, besides the guys that are having to take the wave around. Sean took the wave around. I'm pretty sure he did. I think. No, he was like, what, 2 laps down? I think. And what is he? Let me see what the timing tells me here. Whatever, show me him. I can't see his name on this at all. Okay, yeah, I think he's one lap down. I think he is. Well, now that these guys have done their pit stops here, we are going to roll that one ad that I did not get to here. We will be back before they go green. As we are back here, lights should go off on the pace car next time by. I'm gonna have to look that up. I could swear that Geringer's paint scheme, that's based off the Apple car, the Apple colors. What is... What was it based off of? Number 92 Ford that Tim Richmond raced. I don't know, that just looks like... I wonder if that car was sponsored by Apple, now that I think about it. Was it sponsored by Apple? When was Apple even created? Yeah, that could have been. Those are definitely Apple colors. Yes, they have sponsored cars before, and those are definitely Apple colors. I was looking that up. I knew they were Apple colors. That was probably something to that, because it just looks like it. Looking at the bottom of it, that's when you know you're a nerd and you have no life. You can tell that they're computer colors just from seeing something on it. But lights have gone off here. Car's going to pull into pit road. These drivers have less than 50 laps as the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Ooh, that's the bobble there. Ty just had that car step out on him. I saw that. Saw it just from the camera where he lifted out and when the car caught up with him again. This is probably what Bundy needed, was his caution to get him back up there. At least bring everyone else closer with him. Everybody's getting into the wall there, using it to turn. I mean, if you can turn using the wall, use it, but that's definitely a iffy things to do. Okay. I was gonna say, I saw an orange car shoot down. That was Andrew who went down pit road. And I will also pull up that image of Johnny's car since he sent that to Austin, and then Austin sent it to me. So let me save this image, not copy the image. I can learn how to use a computer, right? show that in here in a minute before the race ends. See, everybody's up against the wall right now currently. Bringing forward, so this is kind of going off what they said in real life, is that de-wedges the car if you run down low. What that means is you get a little bit looser, so you can get a little bit more turn in the car. With these cars, it's kind of weird. You want to be loose in a sense because you know as the run goes on, you're going to tighten up depending on how you drive. And if you're diving it on in there and letting the front end turn, it's going to be tight on entry, loose on exit. See the 3 and the 15 of Jeff Marble trying to follow up under the 19. It's the 19's going to give that position. Yeah, he's not going to really be able to defend much against that. It looked like he kind of gave it up. Realize it's better if I don't fight right now, save my tire, as he's going to have a little bit less than 40 laps to go. Get Tyler Marble found his way back up here. Now, can he not burn the rears off? That's what the car was dealing with earlier. It was just cooking rears, and it was just not wanting to do anything that he needed it to in the late in the run. It was just it was hard to deal with, very, very hard to deal with. Looking at Sean right now back here currently. We got Benedict, who's trying to defend against, who is this right here? Galazzo. And Danny Gutierrez is going to try to follow. Look at that wobble right there. Going to follow him. Also, he's not going to get clear. Oh, Benedict put himself in the wall. It's going to get him a little bit of a run. Clark might be able to get by him too. He's going to slide in there. Yeah, he got in there deep. I can see him on entry. Got in a little bit deeper than what he wanted to, but he just kind of probably figured, he's like, I'm just going to get this pass done. I'm not having to deal with somebody trying to race me on the outside. Going around all these other corners right now currently. Fitzgerald's being caught here by Bundy. Bundy's found his way back up here after that pit stop happened, so it kind of brought everybody else relatively close to each other and gave them all pretty much equal footing. Bundy, he was leading early in this race too, so got to keep that in mind. With him leading, he showed that he has a car that can do what he needs it to. Up points. Yeah, Jeff Marble leads the points right now. Austin Fitzgerald is second, so Austin needs this win. Ty is third right now currently. Like some other guys here. This is basically what, from six on back. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars, so 6 to 13. Really close to each other. Wes is getting up against that wall. And it's weird because there's such a fine line at this track of turning and then plowing. If you jump the cushion, there's basically no coming back from that. You just kind of have to throw that lap away, and that's really at all tracks too, to be honest with you. If you mess up one turn, just throw the lap away. I mean, you can't come back from that pretty much. Just trash it. Wes is using that to turn again. There's must be something right there where that unloads, because that is difficult for him. See him right there. That is Powers losing the bottom shuts. Just going to go on the outside of him really easily. Look at this power move by the 4 of Glazzo, just around the outside of him. Austin and Bundy nose to tail right now currently. This could be pushing these two. Wonder if Bundy's saving something right now. Yeah, he's running a little bit lower on exit, just trying to get some air on that front end of the car, so when he does want to get back to the power, it'll turn for him. Ooh, what happened here? Souza smoked the wall. Oh, this same spot again. A car unloads and just overcorrection. Well, he really didn't even overcorrect hard, if I'm being honest with you. It looks like that knocked the toe on the car. Yeah, it looks like it hurt the toe on the car. Yeah, it's right there is where they're loose. I don't know if that hurt the toe on the car. I mean, he hit it pretty hard, but at the same time, he didn't overcorrect either. And look who's lurking in the background right now. I think this was whose car was this on? I can't remember who it was. This was on somebody's car. I can't think of the driver. Who ran this paint scheme? Who ran it? Oh, I can't remember who it was. Who ran Exxon? I have no idea who it was. I genuinely cannot remember. He might just be staying a second and a half back. I wonder if Bundy's laying off now. He realized, hey, I'm just not going to burn up my tires. I'm going to let him cool down a little bit and then go back after him after they cool down some. Yeah, I think he's just laying off a little bit right now. But we're gonna show Johnny's paint scheme, what it's based off of. That is no, and as soon as I'm talking about him, he gets loose. He saves it though. It's the same spot again, off of 3 and off of 4. That cars have been struggling with the whole entire night. It's just where it unloads and they're trying to get to the throttle so hard. It's not wanting to work with them at all. See right there though, this is what his paint scheme is based off of. He said that was his father's late model. I wish I started racing when I was younger. One regret that I have, I think I actually could have been somewhat decent. I do know 2 people who used to race go-karts that I went to high school with. Surprisingly, both were girls. Both were girls that raced. That sounds sexist, but I mean, you just don't see a lot of woman racers. Both race go-karts. I know there was actually one woman in college that she raced, I think, no, it wasn't late models. Might have been, I think it was dirt cars. Played softball also. College that I went to now, no longer called a college, now called a university because they transitioned into that. Jeff has fallen back a little bit now. The 10 may have just knocked down the wall. No, he's got a... odd. His car looks fine. I don't see any damage done to it. He's got some scrapes, but he's not knocked it in. Now what they could be waiting for is the 64. He's going to get way out the way. Never mind. I thought he was going to play a pretty big factor. Lap cars can make or break a race. I'm just impressed by Wes and Ty. Ty is the biggest mover. He's up 22 positions right now currently, so he's had a really good race right now so far. Ooh, that's how you get in the wall, Glazo. Really loose on exit. I wonder if Bundy's just laid off. I really do wonder if he has. I mean, I would think that he has, because he's realized it's a longer run than what they've had the whole entire time. Or it's one of the longest runs that they're going to have. And Shutt's going to get to the outside of Gutierrez. Gutierrez, he was kind of... And there's another car again. 99 of Mueller. Loose off of 4. That's like the 5th car we saw tonight. Get loose and then have to lock it down. Luckily, he saved it. We've saw that so many times. It's ridiculous. It has to be that transition where they're coming off the banking. And you're already running in the high line. Your car's already unloading. That's just, I mean, that's what it has to be. It just has to be that. There's no other thing that can explain it. Uh-oh, they're catching the lap car here. How are they going to get around this guy here? Oh, that's going to mess up Austin's exit. See Bundy with a big run. Bundy not going to be able to really capitalize off of it, though. Guys are all towards the pack here. Gutierrez, Hurd, Shutt, Galazzo, Powers. Shutt almost does the exact same thing again. Oh, that's a net code. Right, that is horrible net code. That's going to bring out a caution. Nowhere near each other. And it sent them into each other. Gutierrez comes down the track. Powers, we were just looking at, is involved in that. So I think this all really starts with, yes, really starts with Shutt up here. No, it doesn't. It starts with somebody else. So this is the 88 of Russo gets loose. That causes them to panic. Actually, no, Shutt gets a little bit loose there. And then, watch this. This is horrible net code. So Galazzo tries to go to the bottom. And he goes up towards the top. And then nowhere, yeah, they don't even touch. That sends him, puts Gutierrez down into Shutt. Then Gutierrez has literally kind of nowhere to go. Car bounces off each other right into Powers' path. Powers has nothing to do. Benedict, I don't know how he slowed down in time for this. Somehow avoids all of this. Stops there. Yeah. But everybody's going to come down pit road this time by. Hit 4 tires, fuel, drop the jack, and then go. Yeah, he does right here. You do not want to slide through your box. You do not want to have to work around other cars. Get in and get out. See if he'll win the race off pit road, because it'll be closer than what it was before. As green flag is out and away. He wins that race off pit road here. Sean stays out, though. Pit at lap 95. So I'll have to see. Can he just make it 20? Actually, be 8. No, it would be 19 laps here, because it'll be close for him. But we will go to a commercial break now that they have done their pit stops here.
Capital Subaru, we value your time, whether you're here for service or working with our amazing sales team. Everything is right here for your convenience. We offer a great selection of Subarus, an industry-leading service center that keeps you moving, and so much more. Like our living green wall, just one of the many features throughout our dealership. Looking for the perfect pet gift? Check out Happy Paws Pet Shop right here in our lobby. Or plan your next adventure in our fireside seating and find your happy place. It's always your time at Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
As we are back here, 19 to go. Sean will lead them back to green on old tires. However, 30-lap old tires. Can he defend against these guys at all? His car will pull in. Carter has the flag in his hand. As the green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here, and he doesn't get going, and that creates a big stack up on the inside, and they're going to wreck. This is the big one at Darlington. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost basically the whole entire field, it seems, gets involved in it. That's what happens with old tires. This is, oh my gosh, it's absolutely full of wrecks here. I'm going to put up a screen share just so y'all can see how many wrecks this was. This is ridiculous. Look at this right here. Look in that bottom corner. That is all of the wrecks that it says just happened. You see, that is just everywhere. This is all because Sean did not get going. Starting first is, yeah, it's asking for trouble. Actually, he never got the gear. I don't know. He just never got it in gear. He didn't spin the time. Well, he was getting hit too. I think he tried to grab a gear, he missed the gear, and then it was just on from there. Yeah, it was just on from there. And who came up into him? So that's Bundy. Yeah, this is, good lord. Doesn't get going. Bundy goes up, clips Mueller. Mueller puts West in the wall. West goes around. Tyler gets some involved. There's not enough cars here to actually find who's in it. Mueller, the 90. Oakley, 35. The 9, the 4. This is basically the whole entire field at the moment. Wow. You see, I mean, it literally just clogged the track, too. It just completely clogged the track. It's a lot of cars involved in this. Clark has no front end. A lot of these guys have no front end now because of it. They're going to have some heavy damage. I know that Austin probably wanted to see this. Taking out some drivers that he was going to have some competition against. It's definitely what he wanted to see, even though he probably didn't want to see it like this. You can see the head shake. He's just like, you got to be kidding me. Jeff Shutt. He can't believe it. All scattering around him now. Or somebody's checking up on their... That was just asking for trouble. Old tires. You're not going to be able to get going. I mean, and that's, I don't think that's Sean's fault, though, to be honest, because he tried to, well, I don't know. He's starting in first. You're on old tires. The car's not going to want to go already. He should know that, and he probably does know that. I raced with Sean a little bit, and I think he tried to get a gear, and he missed. And then he got hit. I think if he didn't get hit in the back, he would have been fine. Now, I don't know if that bump in the rear is what caused it, though. That may have been the reason that he wasn't able to get going. That is not what you want to see, especially if you probably just spent all your race working your way back up there, and that's what happens. late in the race, you got to try. You got to try, that's for sure. Lights have gone off on the pace car here. So who can get a good restart on most of what it seems like? This could be anybody's race, especially. You could push this car decently hard. You don't have that many laps left. Be a little bit weary of it though, not weary of it, however. Pace car will pull in here. Starter's going to have the flag in his hand. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway here. Was able to get a good jump on him. He will maintain that lead that he has right now, but I would not be surprised if you see somebody start pushing incredibly hard and just try something. I don't know if, I mean, I was wall road for like, oh, there goes Benedict in the wall. Hurt, got into the wall. Hunt, not hurt, Hunt got into the wall, and then I think Benedict overcorrected or panicked. He put himself in the wall. Seems like it's hurt that car pretty good, but he's still going relatively straight, so it might just be physical damage or body damage to it, no steering damage done. If you're Fitzgerald right now, I think that you run 6 laps easy and then light it up for the last 5. Start pushing that car hard, seeing what it will do. I mean, or really, you're managing the gap, honestly, now. You're seeing how, well, never mind, throw that out the window. He's running a 29.20 last lap. Fastest lap of the race for him and for anybody in the field. That man just booked it that lap. Back here, this is guys that were involved in that restart incident. Hunt back down pit road, not sure why. And we got a caution that's going to come out. We got the 9 around and the 00 around. So Quentin Clark and Mike Zabik in the walls. Same spot again off of 4. Unloads and he just gets Clark. Clark, an innocent bystander. The 9 gets clipped. Who did he get clipped by there? 77 of Bartlett. Bartlett, I don't think that's, man, it looked like a swipe. I don't think he's going to be too hurt from it. That's the same spot. Every single time we see somebody wreck, it seems like that is the one. Johnny Mokolchuk. How do you say it, Larry? Mokolchuk. Oh, wait. Yeah, so Mokolchuk. Telling me that. Oh, Lord. This is actually probably what Austin wanted to see, and the reason I say that is because it just takes more laps off the board to where he's not having to run super hard. Somebody else blew up. I don't know who it was, but I just heard somebody blow up. Yeah, somebody just exploded, though. I could hear it through my headset. That just went boom, boom. I don't know. I mean, you got the freshest tires are what, in 15th? I don't think you can really. You're not going to do much. I mean, it's going to have a little bit more grip, but I don't expect him to be able to like overly capitalize on this at all. We'll run a quick commercial here and we'll come back before they go green.
Capital Subaru, we value your time. Whether you're here for service or working with our amazing sales team, everything is right here for your convenience. We offer a great selection of Subarus, an industry-leading service center that keeps you moving, and so much more. Like our living green wall, just one of the many features throughout our dealership. Looking for the perfect pet gift? Check out Happy Paws Pet Shop right here in our lobby. Or plan your next adventure in our fireside seating and find your happy place. It's always your time at Capital Subaru, your way on the Parkway.
See, lights have gone off on the pace car here, so they will get the green next time by. It'll be 4 laps left here. Gerald needs to get a good restart. However, Jeff times it. This is going to be Jeff's restart. He's got to get a good jump here. We already saw somebody spin out trying to get going. Starter has the flag in his hand, and the green flag is back in the air. We are back underway, and they get a good restart. Fitzgerald does. Gets the jump. Tyler Marble being brought up on the bottom from Jeff Marble. Can Tyler, who's had a car that has not stayed in the track the whole entire night, somehow pull this off? Because that car... Oh, we got some... That's Johnny around. He's going to go to the inside wall. No caution yet. We stay green. I know he pounded that wall. Austin Fitzgerald. Got to go around here 3 more times. Tyler Marble got a pretty good bite on that exit, though, as we got the 34 Pajari around. Off of 4 again. We see cars keep unloading. And that rear end of the car of Tyler Marble stay in, or can it just somehow find about 50 extra horsepower? I have to run that high line. He's got to get the car to bite or do something. I just have to think that it's just not wanting to turn very well. Tyler's he's getting a little bit closer. He's going to have to get this car to bite. He needs to get up a little bit closer to the wall and have it bite right here. It's doing it, but he's just not getting that good of an exit. I mean, they're literally even down the backstretch. He loses some on entry, but I think he gains it on exit coming out of 4 here. Now he's going to lose some more again. White flag is in the air one more time around here for Austin Fitzgerald. So he just ran a 29.08, his fastest lap, and that's on a little bit older tires too, so he's really pushed it up a lot. Tyler Marble's going to come off of 2. They're not going to be within striking distance. He's about 2/10 behind. Got one last turn here. He's going to get in a little bit deep. If he can get it to bite, he might have a shot, but he will not. And Austin Fitzgerald will come off 4 here, and he will come home with the win. Tyler Marble second with a car that wasn't staying in the ground at all, and then Jeff Marble comes home third. Bundy, who had a dominant car early on, comes home fourth, and Ty will come home fifth. Watch him burn it down here. Oh, not that. Doing a Alan Kulwicki Polish victory lap right now. He definitely had a pretty good second half of the race. Wasn't bad in the first part either. He started third and he finished his first, so he definitely had a car that he knew what he was doing the whole entire time going around this track right now. We'll pull up the finishing order here. And bring in the top 3 drivers. I don't have arms to drag people in there, so get them in here. I'm in a channel that requires push to talk, and I don't have those. Waiting to get some perms here. There we go. Well, we will.
Old school. Go for it, Bryce.
Well, we'll start with Jeff Marble here. So, Jeff, you come home third. You started, you started 7th. Now, how did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like, especially towards the later end of the race, you started to slowly rise up there.
Yeah, I don't even know how many laps we went on the initial start of the race. It was a lot. And Bundy and Mueller, Tyler, Austin, I kept them in sight. On the really, really long run, I was inching towards them. GT Hawkins, too, I was inching towards them. And then we came across the green flag stops. And I beat a lot of them guys out of the pits, so I picked up track position that way. But bottom line is, P3, I'll take it. Overall, it was a really good race. I know people may say otherwise because of the end of the race, but just like in real NASCAR, they have long green flag runs, and then all it takes is one caution, and then all hell just kind of breaks loose because everybody's trying to get every inch they can get, and it's understandable. And hopefully these guys that were involved in those late race incidences will just look at the overall picture and say, yeah, that was a pretty damn good race, and I just got screwed in the end, and that's just racing. So the biggest person that got screwed by far was Bundy. He had an absolute beast, and he got lucky with that lucky dog, and we were hoping he would have wasted a set of tires there when he took that lucky dog, but he's a smart, crafty driver. So I'll take my P3 and just, yeah, be happy with it, I guess.
So how do these cars handle on the longer run? Because it looked like it's how you treated them early on is how they act on the longer run. Because if you abused them early on, they either got tight or loose. So how was your car handling when these green flag runs were happening?
I'm gonna tell you, in practice, I was extremely nervous because that crosswind, 13 miles an hour, is going laterally across the racetrack, making 1 and 2 tight, and 3 and 4 loose. So you couldn't find the happy medium with the setup. So almost had no choice but to take care of your tires and just hope for the best. But on the long run, to answer your question, man, you really got to have your elbows up to drive these things. And the car was good. It was okay on the long run. Just gotta hope the guy in front of you makes a mistake. That's really the only chance you really got.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to give a shout out to Alloy Wheel Repair Specialist out of Richmond, Virginia, SimRacerHub.com, Butt Kicker, Ghost Racing Network, iRacingIFlag.com, Bushnell Motorsports Park, Capital Auto Group. If I forgot anybody, you for filling in. I think I said Ghost Racing Network. Yeah, we got the All-Star race next week. That should be a good one. We haven't figured out the format yet, but we'll put our heads together and see what we can do. Should be another good one. And thanks for filling in again tonight, Bryce. Short notice.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Now we'll bring in Tyler Marble. Okay, Tyler, one question I have for you is, how loose was that car? Because every time I saw you, that thing was never in the ground, it looked like.
It was loose, loose enough where you couldn't get onto the throttle, but I was managing. Yeah, that was a handful. I eventually I fell off too hard enough. I was like, I can't take this anymore. I gotta change it up and pit. So I pitted there about 10 laps early, and the strategy was working out well for me. Got back up in the top 10 in the cycle, which was awesome. Yeah, I thought I was gonna go green too, so I was like, okay, well, we worked the strategy, trying to go longer that second run, but luckily I got that caution right after I got the lead lap back, stayed out that next that caution, got lucky with another caution, and tightened it up, and it was good to go.
I was gonna say, so what did you see? Besides your car, what were most people saying about the longer run? Were they getting loose or were they getting tight?
It all depended on how you drive the racetrack. The track did get faster as race go on. It's still cooling off, but I think everybody was pretty freaking loose to start off, and the tires at some point should even out, and then what you got is what you got.
It definitely was. And watching you before you pitted, I could see that car, and I was like, that thing is not staying in the ground for him at all. So I was amazed that you were able to hold on to it. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank again Alloy Repair Specialist out of Richmond for sponsoring the title sponsor in the series again. They've been here from the start, day one. Thank you again for filling in. Austin, Ghost Racing Network, awesome place. Sim Racer Hub, Butt Kicker, BMP, Donnie Adams, Zach, everybody for coming out. I got another 36 car field tonight. It's freaking awesome. Halfway through the regular season, and they're still mid-30s. Let's keep it up. Everybody watching, and yeah, almost had Austin there. He's pretty fast, and we'll have some fun. Wilkesboro next week, All-Star race.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home second tonight. Now we will do the race winner, Austin Fitzgerald. Austin, so how nervous were you there, especially since when those cautions kept coming out and knowing that you would have to get these restarts down, especially after seeing the one that collected it looked like 20,000 drivers there?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous actually because I always tend to screw it up in those kind of situations. I just prefer the long run. I mean, if it were up I had it my way, I would like to, see the whole race go green and be able to play out that one pit stop strategy versus other guys doing two stops. Um, but yeah, I've lost a couple races or a few races this year just with late cautions. But I just try to put my mindset in, qualifying mode and just run like 5 qualifying laps at the end there. Tyler was fast. He's really fast coming off of 4. So I had to make a bit of an adjustment there. But yeah, fortunately, I had just enough to take it home.
So you qualified third. How did your car handle on the long run? Because we had tight and loose conditions on some people's cars. So how was your car on the longer run?
I feel like I was chasing the track the whole time. It would get really loose after about 20 laps in, and I would add some, brake bias to it. And then about 40 laps in or 30 laps in or so, it start trending really tight. So then I have to take the, brake bias out. So just kind of playing with that and made a pit stop or an adjustment in the pits late, and that really helped too. But if anything, it was trending tight. I opted for the tighter setup here, just because the hotter track and everything. And I think it definitely worked out. And it's kind of one of those tracks where you can't drive it off the right rear too much, otherwise you just start losing the back end. So I was just trying to always put in a little bit more wheel into it than I felt like I needed to, just to kind of keep those tires wearing evenly.
So one thing I meant to ask, what was up with the exit of 4? Because we saw a lot of guys struggle with that tonight. It's like, I think like 7 or 8 drivers got loose or either spun coming off that corner.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is how you hit that seam. If you get your left side's on that seam and you start cutting back down the track like you're doing that diamond, the back end likes to come out. So you got to really watch out for those seams. Or if you put your right side tires on a higher seam, then the corner gets really tight, and next thing you know, you're in the wall. So that's part of it. It's just one of those corners that's hard to judge, especially if you're coming up too wide.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I got some texts from some of my family actually. So shout out to my family and whoever's watching. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate that. Shout out to my wife Vanity and my daughter Indy and Emma, and shout out to Dynamic Autosports. It's a great team to be on. All the guys come together every week, just working on setup, just improving throughout the week. So really thankful for those guys. Thank you, and all the guys from Ghost Broadcasting Network. You guys do a great job. Love watching the races afterwards. And shout out to my sponsor, Acoustic Design Systems. If you're in the Las Vegas area, you have any AV needs, head on over to acousticdesignlv.com. We'll get you taken care of.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Thank you.
That was Austin Fitzgerald, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order now. Austin Fitzgerald first, Tyler Marble second, Jeff Marble third, fourth, Jared Bundy, fifth, Ty, sixth, Ryan Haynes, seventh, Kyle Oakley, eighth, Brian Conklin, ninth, Wes Herter Jr., 10th, Thomas O'Hara, 11th, Bill Benedict, 12th, Jeff Shutt, 13th, Scott Glasgow, 14th, Kenneth Bartholomew, 15th, Sean Kallenbach, 16th, Matthew Garinger, 17th, Mark Zavik, 18th, Danny Gutierrez. I didn't mean to do that. 19th is Christopher Hall, 20th, Jacob Mosso, 21st, Rachel Hunt, 23rd, Johnny, 22nd, Johnny, 23rd, Quentin Clark, 24th, Michael Mueller, 25th, Alan Pajari, 26th, Roger Shelton, 27th, Greg Bartlett, 28th, Brent Spade, 29th, Glenn Grigsby, 30th, Andrew Russo, 31st, Cody Matthews, 32nd, can I say that? See that one? Hold on. Tracy Powers, 33rd, Jeffrey Souza, 34th, GT Hawkins, 36th, Ryan Sharrow, 35th, Ryan Sharrow, and 36th with Anthony Hanley. Not a bad race overall, though. I like Darlington a lot. It seems like a lot of people struggled with the exit of 4, however. But Austin should be back next week. He was on vacation last week and had some personal stuff pop up. And he asked me to do it this week for him. So I was able to cover for him. But I will let you all go now.